Here's the snap. Enough, long enough, and it is good. Michigan has taken the lead at Minnesota 38-35. Now he heaves it deep, left sideline. And Stewart's back there with Curry, and it is intercepted by Marcus Curry at the 14-yard line. And with 9 seconds left, the Wolverines have pulled off the greatest comeback in Michigan football history.
Coming up on Michigan Replay, the Wolverines rise up amidst the storm and win a huge road game at Minnesota. We'll have the highlights. And we'll look ahead and scout the homecoming battle against Illinois. All that and more coming up next. Michigan Replay with Lloyd Carr is brought to you in part by The Joy of Pepsi and by Big Boy Restaurants. Big Boy makes you say, oh boy.
Gentlemen, I've never been through anything like that. You gave all the coaches a gift that is priceless. Because, we always talk about fighting through adversity. It's a hell of a lot easier to talk about than it is to go through it. And it's a hell of a lot easier to talk about not through it. We just got to keep fighting. That's easy to say, but it's damn hard to do. I love every one of you.
What a great scene. It's a Michigan Replay exclusive in the locker room after a stirring 38-35 victory in Minneapolis over the Minnesota Golden Gophers. The jug remains in Ann Arbor.
A little brown jug.
You got a little emotional there.
Yeah, well, we went up there twice in a row, Jim. That's a hard place to play, and this is the best Minnesota football team that I've played against in a long time.
And this win was so huge. I don't know whether we can say how huge it was, but with all the adversity, with all the adversity that this team has undergone over the past week, to go up there under those circumstances, get off to a tough start, and have everything against you and still come back. It's just remarkable.
Well, we didn't play very well in the first half, and then we put ourselves in a position where we looked like we were out of it. But there are so many plays in this game, Jim, that without them, we don't win. And so you talk about a total team victory. This was Michigan football the way we would like to represent it.
In your first game you were the head coach, you got back from 17 down late. Have you ever been involved in one like this, the biggest comeback in Michigan football history?
No.
And you don't ever want to be in another one, do you?
Well, if we get behind that far, I wouldn't mind it, but I wouldn't want to do it on a weekly basis.
And the thing that you got to talk about is the character of this team. Never did they decide it was over. They just stayed with it.
Jim, we went into this game really flat, and Minnesota is really a good football team, which I think we'll see before this season's over. But we were flat, I guess. You can
little
call
hungover
it,
from the week before.
Well, I think I don't like to use the word hungover because it has nothing to do with alcohol.
Yeah.
It's just that our disappointment, I think, of the kids and of everybody in our program, it was big, and sometimes that's what it takes to snap out of it. We found ourselves really in the hole at halftime and played very poorly.
Well, you snapped out of it in a big way. A great victory in Minneapolis. We'll come back and take a look at those highlights. But first we hear from Chris Perry, who says even with the slow start, nobody ever gave up.
Well, it was real frustrating, but we talk about never quitting. We talk about coming out and making plays, and that's what we did tonight. We came out and we made plays.
Now the Les Stanford Chevrolet Locker Room Report.
Our defense stepped up. You know, we was on the sideline telling everybody to get up. Offense was cheering us on. And what more can I say?
Well, we go to Minneapolis for the first half highlights of the Michigan victory on Friday night over Minnesota, 38-35. And really, the last thing you could do is get a slow start, and that's what happened.
Well, Jim, you know, the sellout in the Metrodome, we got off to a good start. On our first drive, Minnesota deferred the toss. We took the opening kickoff, got good field position there on the sweep. We get across midfield, and then we get bogged down, and John, we use him as a punter. I told him to knock it dead inside the 10, but he didn't listen to me.
Well, you've done that before. Brian Greasy used to do that when you'd get down there close.
And Brady, and we've had some success doing it.
Here's a big third down play on their first possession. They convert 3rd and 8, and then they go to the air again on a 3rd and 7 to their running back.
Well, Minnesota was leading the nation in third down percentage conversion, and they were outstanding again on Friday. And here is Marion Barber III, and
he's the
Jim,
real deal.
He is a great back.
Yes, he is.
We don't help ourselves there with some missed tackles, but Barber proved to me that he is one of the finest backs in the country.
And Kalik gives you another dimension where the quarterback able to run, make plays with his feet.
Well, Larry Stevens gets off a block there and saves a big play, tackling Kalik on the option. There's no doubt Kalik is as athletic probably as any quarterback will play. John scrambles away here, and Tyler Ecker has really begun to come on like we hoped he would. He gets better every day, and he and Andy Menery and Tim Massacor are giving us good play at the tight end position.
Chris Perry on a couple of drives here on a 2nd and 6. You get knocked off because you got a linebacker comes in unblocked.
Ran through the gap. We missed an assignment there. And then Kalik makes a nice run here.
3rd and
People
7.
miss. Not great speed, but a guy can really make you miss.
And here's another one where Kalik makes a man miss.
Yeah, now, Jim, this is where it's designed to be a bootleg pass. His receivers cover. We got to play defended, and he just makes a great run. And here's a play that is not well defended. We're late getting up in support, and Barber takes it down inside the 15-yard line.
And then their young back, Maroney. This guy can run.
Well, they use 4 backs, and now we've dug ourselves a hole.
14-0. And the thing that's tough about that is you're on the road. It's like the worst thing that could happen, given what happened the previous week, is to be down like that. And you said at halftime you got mad a little bit.
Well, I did get mad because I didn't like the way we were playing, and I think we needed to wake up and play with some energy and realize that we only had 30 minutes left to win the jug.
Well, the Wolverines did win the jug in an incredible second half. Don't go away. We'll be back with those highlights. But first we hear from Lawrence Reed. Talks about winning, making that plane ride home a lot easier.
Now we can actually go home and feel happy on the plane and stuff, have a good time. But we know we got to come in Sunday and look at this film and get on some things.
Now, the Les Stanford Chevrolet Locker Room Report.
Personally, I feel great. This is, I'm going to work hard to take this and run with it and do my job to lead this team and give this team momentum and do my job.
Well, John Avar certainly did his job on Friday against Minnesota. The second half, he was as good as I've ever seen a quarterback in college play under tough circumstances.
Well, Jim, he never started fighting, and his teammates, he had great pass protection. Here is a big play. 3rd and 2, we're going to have to punt the football. He scrambles out of there and picks up a first down, and then we start to get our screen game going. And when Chris makes a very nice run there and up the sideline, and now we turn to another passer on our team.
Well, you got the old razzle-dazzle going.
Well, we've used this play a few times. We haven't used it in a couple of years, and of course we haven't used it with John. This is his first attempt, and he can tell Brady and Greasy and Henson and
Dreisbach that he's the first guy to score on this play.
Well, that makes it a 14-7 game. You're back in it. But back come Minnesota.
Well, Harry dumps the ball off to Barber, and Barber makes him Marcus miss in the one-on-one situation, but he does turn it in, and then they get a first down.
They came up with a quick snap on that play, too.
Jim, they had a great scheme there. They huddled, they broke the huddle real fast on third down, and got lined up and snapped the ball before we could get. Now here's another long play. When we watch this film, we're not going to be very pleased with some of the adjustments we made. However, we did get better as the game went on, but we gave up too many yards running, that's for sure. Here, Lawrence Reed.
Great play.
Great play. I mean, just a smart football play that saved a big play.
And then here's maybe the only bad throw John makes, but you say the safety did a great job defending.
The safety made a great play there. Now, John had just missed. We had missed on a fourth down play. And then we had a penalty tacked on to that. And so now Minnesota takes it in, and we are really in dire straits.
You're down 28-7 is what you are.
It's not looking very well.
But now starts the comeback. And this is just textbook of the way you move the football.
Well, Steve Breston, Jason Avant, Braylon Edwards made some plays here in the passing game along with the screen and the protections. And here John swings the ball out, and Chris picks up another first down.
And here again, John does a great job in the pocket.
Jim, that is a great football play. It's too bad we don't have the ability to run that back like a coach does and show it. A great football play he just made.
And here, a great block by Pearson.
And Lentz get out in front. Jason Avant went down inside. Braylon Edwards, a well-executed screen pass.
28-14 now.
Now we're at least making it close.
Right, and this is a huge play.
Leon Hall, the true freshman, made a great job, wrapped Kalik up, and while he was in the grasp, he threw the football, and Jacob Stewart came up with the play of his life.
28-21, you go goal line, middle of the field, and then this
No, it wasn't goal line.
Well,
it looks
what was
like it? It looks like it. But
you had everybody on the line. You had no safety.
Yeah, I know. And so.
Okay, 35-21, but 11 minutes left. A lot of time. And this offense, the screen game continues to work.
There's Lentz out there again, and Avant, and Pearson, and Kelvin Bell.
And how about this 3rd and 10?
This was a big play, Jim, because we're going to have to punt, and that may have been all she wrote, but John came up with a great play and great protection.
And this is a great throw to get you right back in it.
Well, Jim, it's a great call, and it is great execution. Terry Malone and Scott Leffler made that call, and we needed to score fast here, and we did.
And then the defense stepped up. 35-28, you needed to stop, and Grant Bowman got you one.
Grant Bowman, Carl Diggs made the play. We get the football back. Steve Breston had a good return, and then Chris, we get the draw play for first down. And here again, John, good mobility. John throwing right on the money. Hits Braylon for another first down and great field position.
How about this catch?
Unbelievable. I'm gonna have some drills where I teach him to use two hands. But this Chris Perry is a warrior.
And I thought this a great call to tie the game.
Yes, it was, and well executed. Because if we don't get in there now, it's 3rd and long, down inside, tight the red zone, tough place to score. May have had to go for a field goal.
And here's a 3rd and 4. You had to get the ball back, and Marcus Curry just plays it as well as you can.
Jim, he's defending a guy that's probably 6-7 inches taller than he is. He got great body position, came up with a big play, and here we go. Chance to win.
Unbelievable. And it's one of those things where you get the ball with a chance to win, you go to the screen, this no huddle, it worked great in the entire 4th quarter, and you put yourself in a position.
Well, Avant made a play there, Chris made a play, and then Dame Fortune smiled on us, Jim.
Dame Fortune?
Yeah,
I like that.
We fumbled a football there. It's the only mistake I think Chris Perry made the entire game. And Tim Massaquoi was hustling and made a play. And how about this freshman, Garrett Rivas?
Kicked it through for a 38-35 lead. Now the Gophers are forced to throw in their last gasp effort.
It wasn't over, Jim, because Minnesota had a great field goal kicker. They hit one of these passes. They're going to have a chance to send it into overtime. But Marcus Curry came up with another big play.
38-35. The look on your face there was like, I'm just not sure I believe what just happened. And the jug goes back to Ann Arbor.
Well, Jim, I thought maybe you and Frank left the booth up there.
No. We hung in there with you.
Good you stayed with us.
We hung in there with you. I asked you this a little earlier. Did you ever think that a team could rush for over 400 yards on you and you'd win?
No, I didn't. And that's why, truthfully, it's all about great competition. And Minnesota, that was a great football game, Jim. I would have said that had we lost. And it is a shame that a team could play that well and lose.
But it speaks to the character of the Michigan team, too. Again, the adversity of the week before, staying with it when you admittedly say maybe we were a little flat coming out.
Well, Jim, yeah. I mean, and all the things that we had to do, it couldn't have been done without a fighting spirit, a fighting heart. And when you come down 21 and score 31 points in the fourth quarter, our defense, they struggled the entire football game. But the truth is, down the stretch, they made some big plays. They intercepted a pass at the end of the game. They intercepted a pass to get us back into the game. And they came up with a couple of other stops that allowed us to get the ball back.
Well, it was a great victory, no question about it. 38-35, the final. Michigan beats Minnesota. When we come back, we'll look ahead to Illinois. They're next up. But first, we hear from Garrett Rivas kicking his first game winner.
Couldn't ask for anything better than this. It just finished the story off for us. We had a great comeback in the second half, and my kick wouldn't even have been possible if it wasn't for the offense and marching down the field and defense stopping them. So it was just a dream come true.
Now the Les Stanford Chevrolet locker room report.
That's the best thing about it, man. Now we got some momentum. We need this momentum to go on this big stretch we got to go to finish this Big Ten season and do what we need to do.
Well, the Wolverines get homecoming, and the Illinois Fighting Illini come into Ann Arbor for homecoming. And this is a team that struggled a little bit, but Lloyd, they've got some players. They got some talent.
Well, Jim, offensively, Ron's done a great job there, and they've always had guys that can throw the football, catch the football. Offensively, they've always been well balanced.
And Ron Turner's a guy that's got a lot of NFL experience. He's got Illinois going, and this John Butcher is a guy you talked about throwing it. Well, this guy can throw it.
Yes, he can. He's 6'5", a big guy, and good mobility. A guy that started at quarterback a year ago. And he gets better every game, I think.
And they use a lot of people. E.B. Halsey here catching a pass. He's their running back.
Well, that's one thing that Ron does, the play-action pass, dumping the ball into the flat for the fullback, getting the tailbacks as check downs. And of course, Kevin Hayden, the wide receiver, they've had a long list of receivers that have gone on to the NFL.
And this Derek Strong in defensive end is a load.
Unbelievable football player. One of the better defensive linemen in the Big Ten and maybe in the country.
And Matt Sinclair plays middle linebacker, and he's an active guy.
Well, this next guy, Mark Jackson, is a guy that we recruited here. His dad's a coach at Illinois, wears #1, an outstanding safety. And so this is a game, Jim, that in terms of our health, the Minnesota game was a hard-hitting, physical football game on the AstroTurf. So we're a banged-up football team right now.
Well, the one thing that I know that you've got to do, and you've talked about this, you've got to do a better job against the run. Now, you might not see a team that runs it as well as Minnesota down the road, but you still have got to work on that end of the business.
Well, Jim, we want to run the football better, and certainly we can't give up the big plays that we gave in this game, and I think most of it, and we'll have to see exactly what the film shows, but most of it, the big plays came as a result of not getting people in the right position because of some things that Minnesota had shown us. But there's too many missed tackles in there as well, and those are things that we have to get short of.
The other thing you talked about a little bit was, people forget maybe, you got some young kids out there playing, some true freshmen.
Jim, I don't remember playing that many true freshmen in critical situations. But at the end of the game, we've got 3 true freshmen on the field trying to stop Minnesota, Leon Hall and Lamar Woodley.
And the other thing in this game against Minnesota, the kicking game, which was everybody's concern a week ago, you did the spread punt once, then you went back. It looks like you've spent time last week on shoring that up.
Well, we continue. It's a work in progress, and we still have some things that we've got to get ironed out. But I do think that Adam Finley is a very good punter, and we've got to have a way to protect him because he can be a weapon in a game.
Well, Lloyd, congratulations on an unbelievable victory. You deserve the smile.
Thanks, Jim.
You bet. Don't miss next week when the Wolverines take on Illinois in homecoming, and we'll be right back with all the highlights of that one. Join us next week, same time, same place on Michigan Replay.
Michigan Replay has been brought to you in part by Abso Pure Water, delivering quality bottled water since 1908. By Fifth Third Bank, working hard to be the only bank you'll ever need. And by State Farm, providing insurance and financial services.